most wealthy something they've never seen before: filth and desperation on their doorstep.
At this block, 9 dead were carried out this year alone. 5 in baby coffins.
What he demonstrated was that there is another reality, that all that prosperity didn't trickle down all the way to the bottom, and there was some deplorable living conditions, and this country was not just forced to confront those conditions, but then was moved to begin to deal with them.
Rees publishes his pictures in a book called How the Other Half Lives. It will sell more than 28 million copies. Within 2 decades, the worst of New York's slums are torn down. Tenements sell at auction for as little as $1. Rees's campaigning forces all New York schools to build playgrounds and landlords to install toilets inside apartments, not outside. It is the first step in tackling the slums. But as cities keep on growing, an even bigger challenge remains. In New York alone, nearly 40,000 die in 1 year from diseases. Because of this, filth. But one clean crusader is about to change everything. 1895. Our major cities are drowning in filth. 120,000 horses dump 500,000 pounds of manure into the New York streets every day. Wagons are blocked by 3-foot-high piles of human and animal waste. Into this world steps a man on a white horse, Colonel George Waring. Civil War veteran, legendary sewer engineer, apostle of cleanliness. He's the head of New York's sanitation department.
The city stinks with the emanations of putrefying organic matter. Black rottenness is seen and smelled on every hand. The crowded streets are a veritable hell.
Waring recruits an army of 2,000 sanitation workers in white uniforms. Some dismiss him as a crank. They call his men white ducks, but Waring means business. Tons of garbage, normally dumped into the river, is recycled. Ash becomes landfill on Rikers Island. Organic waste boiled into oil and grease. Waring is America's first eco-warrior. His men clean 433 miles of street. Death rates decline, water quality improves. Waring saves the lives of thousands. The measures spread across America. Just 16 years after Colonel Waring, half of all cities have waste collection. And it is not just waste. By 1907, every large city in the nation has sewers. By 1909, there are 42,040 miles of sewers in America. The battle against filth, crime, and poverty has begun. But one of the city's greatest innovations is still in its infancy. One man will change the urban landscape forever. Menlo Park, New Jersey, 1879. Thomas Edison, inventor, entrepreneur, showman. He was taken out of school as a boy, but that won't stop him from becoming synonymous with inventions that define the modern era. He pushes his team hard, 24/7, in one of the world's first R&D labs. It will generate more than 1,000 patents. America still lights the night in the dangerous flicker of candles, gas, and kerosene. Edison thinks he has a better idea. if he can get a filament to burn slowly in a vacuum. The electric light bulb.
Platinum.
Edison locks himself in his lab, doesn't sleep for days. The stakes are high. His backers have sunk $130,000 into his research, millions in today's money.
He claimed to have gone through 6,000 materials from the plant world alone in his search for the perfect filament.
Torrid lamp jack. Spruce. Beard. Fish line. Thread. Teak. Boxwood. Celluloid. Parchment.
Then, something extraordinary happens.
Cardboard.
A piece of carbonized cardboard burns for 300 hours. It's going to change the way people live forever.
What Edison does is nothing less than to banish the darkness. Now think of the meaning of that. Think of what that means to daily life.
New Year's Eve, 1879. Edison shows off his new invention. Thousands of people flock to his lab to see the future take shape. The Pennsylvania Railroad arranges special trains to accommodate the crowds.
When Thomas Edison invented that light bulb, that electric light bulb, how magical that must have been. You know, to sit there and just all of a sudden, like without a match or without kerosene or gas, and just flip a switch and light.
In just 2 years, Edison builds more than 5,000 power plants, generating electricity for cities like New York, Boston, Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, and New Orleans. Over the next 5 years, he builds over 127,000 more. By 1902, 18 million light bulbs are in use. The impact is massive. Sports, entertainment, factories, stores, all can now operate at night. And as electricity comes to the cities, more and more people arrive with it. By 1900, nearly 4 million women are working in U.S. cities. In just 40 years, that figure has more than quadrupled. Urban factories are pounding out 75% of all consumer products in the U.S. Places like this, modern steel frame buildings equipped with all the latest technology. Otis electric elevators, Bell telephones, Singer sewing machines. But packing so many people into tall buildings is a disaster waiting to happen. The United States is hurtling into the modern age, symbolized by megacities rising up all across the continent. By 1909, Americans are spending nearly $23 billion a year on ready-made clothes. This factory is producing 12,000 garments a week, known as shirtwaists. They're the latest fashion for the working woman. New York City, March 25th, 1911. 4:45 p.m. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, 8th floor. 260 girls work here, most of them teenagers. Someone, we don't know who, tosses a match or maybe a cigarette into the scrap bin. Eva Harris, a seamstress, smells burning.
Hi. There's a fire, Mr. Bernstein.
Production manager Samuel Bernstein grabs one of the 3 fire pails. But the fire is already spreading. There's a mad dash for the exit, but it is too narrow. Only one at a time can pass through. It's been designed that way so their bags can be checked for stolen fabric. There's a fire hose, but it's not working.
There's no water!
The only way to warn the floors above is through the switchboard 2 floors up on the 10th floor.
Hello, switchboard.
10th floor.
Fire. There's a fire.
Put me through to the 9th floor.
She drops the phone and runs to get help. The message never reaches the 9th floor. Samuel Bernstein races up the main stairs to help the 160 workers trapped there. But blocking the front door, there's a barrel of motor oil. On the 9th floor, flames are already shooting through the walls and windows. The girls on 9 rush to the fire escape, but it's locked. Only 2 escape routes are left on the 9th floor: the elevator and the metal fire escape. Kate Weiner makes it to the elevator door, but she's lost her sister.
Everyone was knocking and crying for the elevator to come up. Suddenly, the elevator came, and the girls rushed in. I was searching for my sister Rose, but I couldn't find her. The flames were coming toward me, and I was being left behind. I felt the elevator was leaving the 9th floor for the last time.
She's the last person to get to the last elevator. More than 100 girls are left behind to die. The only escape route left is the metal fire escape, but it collapses. Firemen arrive with the biggest ladder in New York City. But it's 30 feet too short. "4:58 p.m. The girls trapped on the 9th floor are out of options. In desperation, they jump. "5:15 p.m. The entire blaze is over in less than half an hour. 146 people die in the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire. There's a trial, but the owners walk free. It remains the deadliest workplace disaster in New York City history until September 11th, 2001. But some good does come out of it.
this dramatic tragedy sparks a wave of reform. So you begin to get new restrictions and a new conversation about what to do to prevent